Hey guys, what's going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to Kevin O'Connor's NBA 2022 redraft article that he did put out. I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. This is a very interesting article. I know a lot of Pistons fans are going to have very strong opinions about this piece. So let's get straight into it. So obviously, the first three picks in the draft stay the same. You're still going to get Paolo to the Magic. You're still going to get Chet Holmgren to OKC. And you're still going to get Jabari Smith Jr. to the Houston Rockets. Now, this is where the article gets interesting. Now, we go to the fourth pick because I know a lot of Pistons fans are going to ask, well, who did Sacramento draft in this case? Did they draft Jaden Ivey? Who did they take? Well, in Kevin O'Connor's piece, they actually had the Sacramento Kings taking Benedict Mathurin, number 4 overall. Now, I know a lot of Pistons fans, much like myself, very high on Benedict Mathurin. I thought he was one of the better shooting guards coming out of this draft. So he had the Kings taking Benedict Mathurin at 4th overall. So the Pistons. Who did the Pistons draft in this article? Well, spoiler, it's not Jaden Ivey. It is a player that did not play college basketball at all. It's Shaedon Sharpe. Now, I know this is very controversial with Pistons fans because a lot of Pistons fans were very high on Jaden Ivey. They wanted the Detroit Pistons to draft Jaden Ivey, and that's what they did. He fell in their lap at 5 because Sacramento didn't draft him. But in this article, he has us taking Shaedon Sharpe, and this is his reasoning why he has the Detroit Pistons taking Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe didn't play a single minute last year at Kentucky. But the first quarter of his rookie season has shown why the Blazers saw enough from him at the high school level to take him mid-lottery. Sharpe is making just under 40% of his threes and showing a dynamic ability to score off of movement, and he already has multiple at-the-rim finishes. Sharpe has flashed his go-to scoring ability this season. Though Portland has limited his usage out of isolations, he uses his chances out of the pick and rolls and closeouts to pull up from mid-range. So far, he's making over 40% off his dribble jumper twos, but he needs to extend his comfort zone behind the arc, where he's just taking 2.4 attempts a game. If that happens, he'll blossom as a scorer. Perhaps more importantly, in the short term, Sharpe needs to show more progress as a playmaker given the talent surrounding him on the Portland's roster. That would have been less important if he'd been drafted by the Pistons to play alongside Cade Cunningham and Killian Hayes, who's played his best basketball since Cunningham was sidelined by injury. Sharpe would have provided the Pistons a franchise potential go-to scoring wing, but he's even better fit with the Blazers. Now, to Kevin O'Connor's point, I think he makes a lot of great points with drafting Sharpe. Sharpe was one of the better wings out of this draft class. When we talk about wings, we're talking about Benedict Mathurin and Shaedon Sharpe. Those were the two best shooting guards in this draft class. And we have to admit the Detroit Pistons do not have a shooting guard. We have point guards that play shooting guard. We do not have a shooting guard on this roster. We just don't. We don't have a long-term solution. Alec Burks is the only true shooting guard on this roster. So, to KOC's point, yes, Shaedon Sharpe would be a very good fit next to Cade Cunningham and Killian Hayes. He would have had way more opportunities here to be a go-to scorer. But let's get back to the article because you guys will be very surprised where Jaden Ivey does fall. So, in his article with the 6th pick, he had the Indiana Pacers taking Keegan Murray. Now, that's interesting. The Pacers obviously have Tyrese Halliburton, so they do pass on Jaden Ivey in this situation. So with the 7th pick in his article, he has the Portland Trail Blazers drafting Dyson Daniels, who originally went to the New Orleans Pelicans. Now Dyson Daniels is a defensive prospect that can basically guard 1 through 4. I think it's interesting that he didn't have Jaden Ivey going 7th. So with the 8th pick, he does have Jaden Ivey going to the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, I'm just saying, man, if Jaden Ivey went to the Pelicans, man, that would be a problem for the league. Like, that's the one thing they don't have right now is a point guard. Like, they have CJ McCollum playing point guard. Like, Jaden Ivey to New Orleans would just be filthy. But I don't think Jaden Ivey falls to 8th. even if they were to do a redraft today, I still think he goes top 5. That's just my personal opinion. I think he's a better player than Shaedon Sharpe. I think you could debate whether Benedict Matherin's a better player than Jaden Ivey. But Jaden Ivey 8th is just crazy to me. So there are more Detroit Pistons on this list that did get drafted. And if we go to Oklahoma City, they have the 11th pick. Kevin O'Connor would have the Oklahoma City Thunder in this redraft select Jalen Duren, 11th overall. If you guys do remember, Jalen Duren was actually the 13th pick for the Detroit Pistons, and we did snag him in the late lottery. Now, I think Jalen Duren in OKC with SGA and all those guys over there, that would just be troublesome for the NBA. But very thankful that Jalen Duren did fall in our lap at 13. Now, speaking of 13, in Kevin O'Connor's redraft, you would have the Detroit Pistons selecting Walker Kessler. Now, Walker Kessler was originally drafted 22nd overall to the Utah Jazz, and he's just having a hell of a season. He's one of the more efficient rookies out of this draft class. Like, just his efficiency numbers are off the charts. I do like him as a player. I don't really know, like, potential-wise, if there's, like, a high ceiling there with him. I think he's just a really good role player, and I think that's all he'll ever be in the NBA. It's just a really good role player. But I wanted to bring this article to your attention because I think a lot of you guys are going to have really strong opinions about Shaedon Sharpe going 5th overall in a redraft, Jaden Ivey falling all the way to 8th, and the Pistons not getting Jalen Duren and instead drafting Walker Kessler. Let me know what you guys think of this article down below in the comment section. I'll talk to you guys down there. Like always, I hope you guys are staying safe. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.